If green is the color of envy and riches are a cause of jealousy, anybody would be envious and jealous of Kerala. It's lush green from north to south, some 600 kilometers, and counts a million other riches. Arresting natural beauty, 44 rivers, 120 days of rain every year, 4 international airports and planning a fifth, 100% literacy for 3 decades. India's topper in Social Development Goals Index, nearly matching European standards, and much more. To squander all that wealth isn't easy, but Kerala keeps doing it, repeatedly showing how a prince can live like a pauper. Monday, September 27, World Tourism Day, and Kerala presses the self-destruct button again. God's own country, as its famous tourism tagline says, remains shut. That's like a Virat Kohli disappearing on India's match day. Or like someone inviting people home saying, please do come, but I won't be at home. Kerala's political parties and trade unions have an addiction for hartals or work stoppages. And September 27th was another hartal day. The Joint Council of Trade Unions, comprising 21 trade unions, decided that no business, not even tourism, would function on World Tourism Day. These shops behind me sell stuff from apparel to confectionery to electronics, but when 21 trade unions command you to stop business and you have no protection, one has to obey. Mind you, tourism is Kerala's largest employer, providing roughly 1.5 million jobs in a state starved for jobs because of its industry-unfriendly image and a rank of 28 on the ease of doing business list, second from the bottom. One of Kerala's tourism pioneers and an evangelist for sustainable and responsible tourism, Jose Dominic, is appalled at the manner in which trade unions are wrecking the tourism business at a time when the industry is just coming out of the catastrophe of COVID.
Terribly disappointing that at this time, when for almost 20 months, Kerala has been closed, tourism has been closed, people were in dire circumstances, and yet we have the audacity to enforce a ban and hartal. For what reason, nobody knows.
Kerala's political parties and trade unions unilaterally decide to shut down the state off and on issues of local and international importance. This time on World Tourism Day, Kerala was shut down to express solidarity with the striking farmers of Punjab and Haryana. Sometimes Kerala is shut down to save Palestine from Israeli aggression. And in 2006, when US forces executed Saddam Hussein, the CPM and Congress in Kerala called for a statewide hartal. Somebody must tell the Ba'ath party in Iraq how much Keralites love their dear departed leader. There are so many hartals in Kerala over so many issues that it's difficult to keep count. News 18 has reported that there have been 363 hartals in Kerala between 2005 and 2012 over various issues. Do these hartals actually meet their objectives? No, and they are irresponsible, feels V.K. Matthews, an IT thought leader and founder chairman of IBS Software Services.
After 18 months of COVID and struggle, and the economy of Kerala is so badly affected, and what is now happening is definitely not desirable. And I would even go on to say that it is responsible on part of the political parties to call this hartal. In my view, the only struggling party in a hartal is the common man, the citizens. Their life is disrupted, their livelihood is disrupted.
Besides hartals, Kerala has other weapons of mass destruction to wreck businesses, like threats from local politicians for donations and nokku-kuli, or a fee to be paid to onlookers for doing your own job. There were examples for both this week. At Pothankot near the state capital, this was how a contractor was treated, apparently for not paying nokku-kuli or gawking fee. And at Chavara in Kollam district, a Kerala couple based in Houston, US, Shahi Vijayan and his wife Shiny, are facing hell over an auditorium they're constructing at a cost of 100 million rupees with a loan from the Kerala Financial Corporation. A local CPM branch secretary has threatened that if they don't pay a donation of 10,000 rupees, he will plant the party's flag in their compound. Kerala has a fancy for holding grand investor summits like the Global Investor Meet in 2003, Emerging Kerala in 2012, and more recently the Ascent Kerala in 2020. But the harsh ground realities like the no kukuli, deep-rooted bribe culture, and pressure for donations from political parties make it difficult for businesses to flourish. Who are the biggest victims of this situation? Obviously the youth, who find no jobs as investments dry up. Kerala's youth unemployment hit 43% between October and December 2020, which has led to another social catastrophe of many men who are left with no jobs, forced to remain single. The situation has become so severe that this week the Thidanad Panchayat in Kottayam district has decided to take on itself the task of matchmaking for the increasing number of males remaining single in the Panchayat. The Thidanad Panchayat President Viji George says it's far more difficult for men to get married because they do not have white-collar jobs, and that there have been roughly 2,000 registrations within days of launching the initiative.
വേറെ ജോബൊന്നും കിട്ടാത്ത ഒരു അവസ്ഥയിലേക്ക് മറ്റു നല്ലൊരു വൈറ്റ് കോളർ ജോലി കിട്ടാത്ത ഒരു അവസ്ഥയിലേക്ക് വരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും സീസണിലുള്ള ചില വർക്കുകൾക്ക് മാത്രമേ അവർക്ക് പോകാൻ സാധിക്കുള്ളൂ. അത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു അനൗദ്യോഗിക ഒരു വാർഡിലൊരു സർവേ നടത്തിയപ്പോൾ ആ വാർഡിൽ തന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾ മുഴുവൻ പ്രദേശത്ത് പോലും ആ സർവേ നടന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ പോലും ഒരു 40ഓളം യുവാക്കൾ വിവാഹിതരായ ആൾക്കാരെ അത് കാണാൻ സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
While Kerala's new generation suffers, the state's politicians, trade unions and government officials can enjoy every hartal, assured of their monthly incomes, leaving businesses to rest in peace. By the way, September is the month that Kerala steps into peak tourism season. One of the early attractions are the lotus fields of Malarikal Kottayam. Please do come over. Pray there's no hartal, dodge the extortionists, and you get a taste of paradise. This video is dedicated to a young man from Thrissur district, Kerala, who this week undertook a formidable and fabulous labor of love for his girlfriend who deserted him, physically blowing up 666 balloons and tying them up by strings by a paddy field to mark the 666 days since she left him. A true lover in times when spurned males throw acid on girls or hack them to death. Hopefully she'll come back to him.